Winrock's volunteer programs are essentially people-to-people development. So it's taking average Americans, putting them in the field to solve developing world issues. I think there's no truer example of that than the Farmer-to-Farmer program. American volunteers are donating their time and expertise as an act of generosity in trying to help improve the lives and livelihoods of people around the world.
My hopes and my interest sprang out of a trip I took to El Salvador and Guatemala in 1983. And I saw them struggling to implement what they called the Land for the Tiller program. And it was floundering. And I thought to myself, if I can bring 40 farmers from my district here for a month, we can turn this program around.
For what purpose does the gentleman from Nebraska, Mr. Virata, rise?
Mr. Chairman, I have an amendment at the desk.
So he came back to Congress and was sort of looking at working a way to where you were just, again, not just contractors and people doing the work, but really just bringing down American farmers to sort of look at solving critical agriculture and livestock production issues.
A recruiter from Winrock International called me, and she asked me if I'd like to go to Turkmenistan. And I said, Turk what? I was teaching soybean production to some subsistence farmers in Turkmenistan. I had a host, her name was Nasiba. She took me in as part of a family. I worked with her son, Kurban. They had a bleak future. They needed help. The impact of this Farmer-to-Farmer program that Winrock has been such a great part of over the years is that to teach subsistent people sustainable crops, new techniques for a family to be able to feed themselves, to be able to have a stable life. This Farmer-to-Farmer program, it pays such dividends. Very few dollars are spent on it, but it pays more dividends than a million-man army could pay.
The volunteers are the heart and soul of this program, and of course they couldn't do their work without the implementing organizations, the universities, the NGOs, the private firms. They support the volunteers and make the program possible.
We are so proud to be affiliated with this program because we feel as if though it is one of those development programs which gets aid, expertise, technical experience directly into the hands of the beneficiaries and creates a cadre of supporters and enthusiasts and successful farmers and entrepreneurs all over the world. And it's also one of those programs that really does feel as if though it's coming directly from the American people.
I did not realize how important it was as a people-to-people exchange program, but that soon developed. And I do believe that America's best ambassadors are its people.
You know, ambassador is a good word because with the program, that's the way we see all of the Farmer-to-Farmer volunteers. They're ambassadors of the American people.
Namaste. First of all, I want to remind you who I am. My name is Ed Levi from Arkansas. I want to tell you very much that I'm happy to be here, that I was here before and I never forgot you, and I was anxious to come back and see how you were doing and maybe help you some more.
The things that Farmer-to-Farmer project does, for the most part, is help people around the world, but also help people that go around the world, because we come back with understanding and then they get understanding, and we're helping them economically, but that understanding is probably the biggest thing.
Farmer-to-Farmer program changed not only my host's life, but it changed my life. Who would ever thought that I would learn about all these different cultures around the world? Farm boy from Polk County, right here in Atkins. To be able to come back to America, explain to the American people, my buddies, you know, hey, they're just like us. All they want to do is just feed their families, be able to have a decent life. Every human being on the face of this earth wants a chance at a decent life. To think that I've been part of that just blows me away.
You are making a difference in foreign policy and public diplomacy, that you are providing great benefit for the effort that you're extending for our volunteers, to keep them in the field, to motivate them, but also to help them come back to this country and be ambassadors for foreign assistance and for involving ourselves in a larger world.